Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So, no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
Today's video takes us to Reno, Nevada, where we find a group of misfit frauditors who want to have the meeting out in the lobby instead of in the designated meeting area. Well, they're soon kicked out under threat of arrest, and now there's going to be a federal lawsuit. Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy!
Welcome to the official State of the Schools address 2025. It's being brought to you by Education Crusade, supported by Auditing Reno 911.
Give it a thumbs up and a like.
Okay, good. What a year it's been. And this is only what we hear about. How do we do with student learning? Well, it continued its downward trajectory, which is hard to believe. We've been the worst schools in the nation for well over a decade. The ability to enter college rate and pass anything still is about at 10%. 90% of the students do not. And the reading level is extremely low.
As a former educator, both at the secondary and post-secondary levels, I can tell you for sure, it all begins at home. Yeah, high school kids, you know what? If their mama and their daddy don't push them, they don't care. So what do? They just slide by with social promotion. And then you wind up with no education, no job skills, and no communication skills. And what happens to them later in life? They become an unemployed YouTube frauder. Oh, we see it every day on this channel, don't we? No doubt.
I'm sorry, school police.
What's causing the situation? We have a guest. Yes, sir.
Hi guys. This isn't the place where we hold the public forum. If you guys want to, you guys can go outside. This is for your State of the State address.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we normally hold public forum, and the school district allows and holds public forum outside in the public areas. So we're going to ask you guys to head out there.
To talk.
Mm-hmm. Because the meeting is going on.
I'm in a meeting right now. I got a camera right here. Here, let's show it, because I'm running a live stream right now, and people like this stuff. This is what they... So there's no meeting right now. There's nobody sitting there right now, so why can't we talk when nobody's talking in there and the meeting's out of order?
Why don't you continue? Go ahead. And then when the...
Comes to order, then we'll...
Perfect. Okay.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, for anybody who may not know, this is Drew. Yeah, he's a moron. Anyway, I don't understand what the big deal is. Why do you have to do this video inside the school board? You could stand outside and do it just as easily. Well, you know frauditors. Yeah, they're journalists and they're investigating things right now, whatever the hell that means. So let's carry on.
Okay. So you might ask yourself, with this continuing years and years of no learning, what's causing it? Well, here's a few of the things. Attendance. Obviously, kids have to attend school to learn anything. 30 to 50% on any given day just don't show up. That's 20 to 30,000 students not here. How can you learn when you're not here?
Now, I don't know where this guy's getting his stats at, but those numbers are extremely high. If a school district had 50% of its students who weren't attending, they would do something about it immediately. I'm talking like yesterday they would do something about it. Yeah, you can't have a successful education program and half the students aren't there. Of course, it may vary by school to school, and you may have an isolated incident here and there, and that could be the case. But that school is not going to stay open very long. Believe me, they're going to close the doors on that school. Let's continue.
For example, on the tardies, you might ask, what effect does being on time have on learning? Well, Worcester High School, for example, during the past year.
Yes, we do. You guys, I do have to ask you guys. I wanted to double check.
Okay, well, who said that? Because I'm...
Our legal department.
Who's your legal department?
Neil Roberto is out of our legal department.
Can I talk to him?
I don't...
Because like I said, the meeting's not called to order, so the meeting's not in order. And my thing with doing this is testing government, auditing government. And when it comes to constitutional rights, if there's not a meeting in order, shouldn't people be able to allowed to speak wherever they want, whenever they want, as long as you're not in order, because you're not disrupting a public meeting, right?
Correct. I understand you're not disrupting the public meeting, but we want you out where we hold public forum. And we hold public forum or allow public forum out on the street or on the sidewalk, right? And that
Well,
kind of
it's-
works.
So you
Anything if it's.
so you can't have a public discussion within the public library or public lobby is what I'm saying.
Now, it would seem to me if you want your voices heard that you would go into the public meeting. So why are you out here in the lobby making a video? This isn't about having your voice heard. This is just about government transparency and clicks and views on YouTube. Now go ahead and bit the truth, sonny boy.
Well, you're coming in here, you're doing your live broadcast, right? You guys are media, so to speak, correct? Correct. So we're asking for you guys to utilize kind of the public areas, which is up here, which is outside.
Who's in here?
No one's in there.
That would work?
No, out in
Outside the building is what you're saying. So what you're saying is inside the building, you can't speak. So
Not a
public
public
speech is limited within the public building, even when there's not a meeting in progress.
I'm just telling you that where the school district allows public forum is outside on the public access area over, I'll just describe it as the grassy area next.
Now wait a minute. The grassy area, that's not like the grassy knoll, is it? Now for those of you who may be out of the country and don't know, the grassy knoll is an infamous spot in Dallas, Texas, where President JFK was assassinated in 1963. Yeah. Well, I just thought I'd throw that in there because it's better than what these yahoos are doing. I mean, what the hell are they doing? They're just standing there yakking it up for clicks and views on YouTube. At least I'm giving some history here.
And I'm just a guy that likes to ask questions, so forgive me.
I appreciate it.
And if I come anywhere close to where you want to arrest me, just let me know and I'll do exactly what you say under threat of arrest. But until then, I'm going to question and push and try to find where the boundaries of the Constitution are. Because what I believe is Article 1, Section 9 of the Nevada Constitution. Have you read that? Thank you for turning the body camera on. I appreciate that. My camera's been going. I got three.
We appreciate from Harlow saying what part of the law he's citing that to tell you this.
And so what my argument to you would be as somebody that's taken an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect my rights, Article 1, Section 9 of the Nevada Constitution, since we're in the state of Nevada, says no law shall be made to abridge free speech or the rights of the press. So would you agree that saying that we can only be press at certain places and certain times when there's no public meeting going on, we're not disturbing anybody because there is no public meeting, would you say that and agree that telling me to move outside is abridging my rights as press as the location?
I'm just trying to pass on the policy that the
That's why
district.
That's why I wanted to talk to the attorney.
Oh, dearie me, Sergeant, that's going to be a problem because these lads don't follow policies. They follow the law. I wonder how many times they've been arrested. See, because in my way of thinking, if you're following the law, you would never get arrested. Am I right or wrong about that? Well, let's carry on and find out what happens.
For instance, getting out on the grass on the sidewalk, that's not even the school's property.
Which is where anybody can hold public forum, right?
Well, anybody
this is public property. Yeah, so I mean, like I say, if he's saying, if you do this, we're going to arrest you, let him say that. We're going.
Wait, they're trying to kick you off public property.
they're saying we can't talk in here on
I don't
film.
want it to get to a point where this is going to be like a trespass issue.
We don't need it.
Well, you can go there. I'm suing the county already. I'll sue the school district too. But then I get to do depositions and discovery. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I'm good for that.
I understand.
I got a Supreme Court case in the state of Nevada where they said Washoe County violated the Constitution and the law in the last election. And the Supreme Court held that when I went there. I'm perfectly content to take anything to court with regards to protecting our constitutional rights.
Do tell. Another federal lawsuit. Can I tell you something? A lot of these lawsuits that have been filed, a lot of frauditors probably die before they're heard. Yeah, you could die while you wait on a federal case to come up. Yeah, well, and then it costs $405. Woo, man. Oh, that's a lot of money when you multiply it 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 times. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I stand.
Is this the superintendent doing this?
No, this is us. This is our policy that I'm trying to enforce and ask that we move the public forum out to the public areas over by the sidewalk and by the grass so that we don't get into an area.
Well, the schools are a public forum. I mean, they're famous for covering. They paid out $4.5 million a couple of years ago because they didn't want to be public with things. So I mean, they're in their own interest, not the public's.
Mm-hmm.
This year we're interrupting nothing. In there we're interrupting with nothing, right? Until it's, I mean, if Lombardo wants to come out and tell us where the law is,
It's
And just to show the people that are watching, there's nobody in the meeting right now, and the meeting's not in order.
I don't envy you being in the middle, but that's why I say we'd be more than happy to talk to him.
Yeah, have the lawyer come out, because I'd really like to engage him.
You can't have the public forum in here. Okay, you guys have to go out to where the district has approved you guys to be for a public forum, which is going to be out again in the Grassy area over by the street. If not, you guys are going to be trespassing.
Okay, so what you're saying is under threat of trespass, under threat of arrest, if we don't go outside and record somewhere else, that will be trespass. So am I allowed to record the public meeting?
Yes.
I'm just not allowed to record anybody talking in the public lobby.
You can't have your public forum in the lobby. No.
No, we're just talking in the public lobby.
So why not go into the public meeting, sit down and talk until the meeting's convened? Oh, that's too easy, right? Yeah, because then there'd be no story. I gotcha.
Okay, I understand that. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it.
Well, just tell me under threat of arrest. Unless you go outside, we're going to arrest you. So I want some legal standing. Is what I want.
Your definition of public forum?
So what I'm looking for is legal standing to go to court to test your theory.
You want
And the only-
to say you're breaking the law.
And the only way I can get that is if you say under threat of arrest, unless you go do this outside, then I've got legal standing. Unless you say that, then I don't have legal standing.
Okay, well, I am telling you, if you guys don't go out to where we are designating the public forum area, you are going to be trespassing. And then, yes, you are subject to a citation arrest.
Okay. Then on that note, I think I've got some standing.
Did you notice how slow those idiots moved? I mean, they were in slow motion, weren't they? And now he has standing. Well, if you don't leave, then you'll be trespassing, and then you're subject to arrest. Oh, great. Thank you. Now I have standing. I'll sue the shit out of you. It doesn't work like that. What the hell? Oh, my God. Hey, I got a real treat for you good people. I got 5 minutes of Goat Boy acting like a goat herder from the Gaza Strip. Roll that clip.
An ordinances book. Yep, that's correct. Come again. Is there any reason why these officers are here? I got permission.
Sir, you cannot film me here.
Because the information you're providing is unlawful.
I don't want you filming me.
Call the sheriff. I have permission.
I don't want you to film.
Don't get close to me. You want to go that route? What is the reason for calling the officers here? I want to know what your job title is to see if you're able to assist.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who's the one who called the officers in the first place? Because this may become a legal suit now. This is transparency. I'm conducting an audit. While I wait for the clerk to show me the statute about freedom of information, I need to do an inspection on the town, city, zoning and ordinances book. I have permission. I have permission. I have permission to film here, sir. Ma'am, please ask your superior before disrespecting somebody of the public. Where's the water department for this town? Don't yell. I'm talking to you softly. Why are you yelling at me?
Sir, please stop recording me.
Okay, I need to do an inspection.
I understand that. Please stop recording me right now. You do not have my permission to record me.
Okay, is your facility open to the public?
Not currently.
Not currently, okay. Okay, can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This will become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to do that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir.
Who are you? Wait,
What do you mean, who am I?
where are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter.
Okay, sir,
This is
we're
going to
not-
become a legal matter. Please comply. Pass. I got a pass. Along with an inspection on the zoning and ordinances book. I'm gonna be conducting some business here. I'm gonna be recording it. Ma'am, it's up to you, ma'am. And there may be a suit in the court of law for non-compliance. What do you mean who I'm with, ma'am?
I don't know what you want.
I don't know why you're giving me a hard time or a bad attitude. In order to do an inspection on a book readily available. Hi, ma'am. What's your first name?
How can I help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what's your first name?
Who are you?
The budget book, ma'am. I need to do.
I don't have. If you want to have a seat, I'll.
Sure, that's fine. Ma'am, I have permission to film. I have permission. I have permission here. Well, you see, the thing is, my good man. Anyhow, compliance is the key, folks. Where does it state that? Ma'am, I need stamped copies of these FOIA here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, sure, possibly. I'm acting as press, ma'am. First Amendment. And I also have permission here with me. Okay, ma'am, you also have to abide by 2635.101 basic obligations of public service. Sir, I'm abiding by the statutes. It does not require a name in order to obtain record. Okay, well, you're talking unlawful. You're talking incorrect. That is not true what you just stated. Come again? Very rude. I'm not rude. It all shows on camera. You're the one who's rude. Well, anyhow.
No one really cares.
No one really cares? An inspection, if I wanted to take digital photocopies.
No, you cannot.
Absolutely, I can,
No, you
ma'am.
cannot.
Please comply with the law. Are you refusing service? Just tell me you're refusing service. Hand me over your business card and you will be hearing from my lawyer. If you go ahead and record, that means you're creating a public record and you cannot delete that off your personal phone. Your personal phone becomes a public record.
That's fine. I'll record it.
Okay. Well, sir, there's options to conduct business in person. You can't refer everybody to online. I'm not going to refuse my identification. However, I have not committed any crime. You cannot articulate that I have broken a law. Here's what I will tell you. Here's what I will tell you. Ma'am, there's no expectation of privacy in public. You could just call me sir. I'd like to file a police report of non-compliance about a employee that works here. Sir, I don't answer any questions.
You don't respect me. Why would
So therefore, I'm not obligated to provide any identification in this matter.
you talk about my wife? What does my wife have to do with anything?
No, I'm not providing an address, ma'am. I'm doing a general inspection.
What does my wife? Why put up a picture and say that's my wife of a goat?
Not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard with me. That is not lawful what you told me.
We're gonna have a ball at your cemetery. We're gonna bring you a rose, okay? We're gonna bring you a rose and we're gonna say you were dishonorable. He's attached to the affidavit too. He's part of the enterprise. You drew first blood. Just like you do with all these auditors, you draw first blood. In the next 3 days, I'm going to have a criminal enterprise community section, and it's going to be real well detailed. I got an attorney that's helping me draft it up and write it up. Scumbag. You're just a plain scumbag, man. You want to say why I'm upset and stuff. We're going to prove that you are breaking U.S. code. If I really wanted to be petty, I would take you to court.